it blew my mind so much that a game would die before MFF.
And this is really weird, but these guys are running the game in the same time.
This is the first time I actually didn't even make a video.
Oh my god, I have to keep up with this game too.
And I was so impressed at how he was able to do that. You're not getting as many points, right?
Okay. I pretend I knew that. I pretend I knew that. I want to do something else now. I want to go with you one by one, all the game modes, and see how you feel for them, if they are bad, what they need. Okay, so let's go, as we said, and rank all the game modes from the start, you know.
1 to 5.
1 to 5, and especially I want to say, you know, we want to mention mostly the good and the bad things. The ranking, it's like, okay, but we do it just to have something. Okay. So let's start from the core game mode in my mind in the first days of playing the game, which is story mode.
Yeah. Story mode.
I was like, what? This is really nice story in the start, you know?
Yeah.
How do you feel about story mode?
It's gone through a lot of changes. I like the changes recently. I like what they announced in the dev note that they're going to add a way for us to like combine the fragments to make a new fragment. Obviously, there's going to be some RNG, so you might combine it and get the same damn fragment again. But I have like 700 of one fragment and 0 of another, so it's still good. It's still good, right? Even though it's a 1 in 9 chance, you're still going to get some fragment. So I think it is really good. I think the game mode itself is fine. Actually, I think it's one of the better game modes. It's just that they need to add more chapters. They need to add more chapters. And I think even what they could do is, you know, the characters, when you go to the page and there's the little like puzzle button and you click it and it shows like the synergy characters.
Yes.
They could change the synergy characters. I wouldn't mind that. And again, this way, if they change the synergy characters, it would feel more like the shitty characters matter a little bit more, right?
Rewarding people building their roster wide.
Exactly. So maybe they change it so that one of each of the characters from the Captain Marvel update is in each of the synergies. So the Dimensional Clash has Captain Marvel. The Future Ends Here has Spectrum. The True Shield has Nick Fury, and the other one has Miss Marvel. Right, and next month it's going to change something else, and that way, you know, it's real synergy, right?
I feel I feel the same, exactly the same, and the story mode helped me a ton to complete all my collection last 1 year. I mean, the farming I have done after the autoplay addition, it's crazy. It's crazy. I have like 700 and more from some puzzle pieces, and no other from the others. But in the same time, I have built all my roster to get the extra puzzle piece from every single thing, and I end up having all the characters in the game except Warpath Transawaken, because I spent a lot of Phoenix Feather recently for cards, and I had forget him or something. So I miss only one character right now. And I started 1 year ago with having only 3,000 EOD per month, because I was spending all of the EOD on the new characters, you know. If they drop like 3 or 4 tier 3s and awaken, your materials are flying away if you're not playing story mode.
Yeah.
But after the autoplay, I mean, I feel like it's perfect. The only thing I would like to have, it's like every time they add a new layer on the game, like it's artifacts, like it's swords, or like it's now the team up collection, they should add an extra story mode that you can actually get
those materials
with farming, you know, 6-star artifact, 1 per 1,000 chests, but still having something to grind all these new you know, all these layers that they add the recent 2 years, let's say, they have added a lot. So if they do the story mode now, but bigger, add more, and you can focus farming, you know, perhaps you can skip the CDPs because you have a lot of CDPs, because you have all the cards or stuff like that, and you focus only on the artifact daily. You can manage your energy better, think in front. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would do that. If they do that, you know, I feel like the game could start again. You know, the story mode could get... So, say a number about it.
4. I'd say 4.
4, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you. 4 in my mind too.
Yeah. If they just make that change you mentioned, it's easy 5.
Yeah, easy 5. Easy 5. The amount of effort you need to put and the reward you're getting, it's so cool. You know, it's so good.
Yeah.
After
the snowball effect.
Yeah. After that, it's like dimension missions. The autoplay thing that you are getting a small reward at the 10 clears. How you feel about that?
It's really good for new players. The support shop is really good for new players, and it gets them, like, it gives them a lot of tokens so that they feel like they can do a lot of different things. They can get character bios, they can get chests with cards or Uru or ISO. They can get uniform upgrade kits, gear up kits, XP chips. It's nice. Obviously, the gold, the very first reward, is nice for
2 million
for anyone, and it's nice that they put that as the first reward and not the last reward. They could have made it the last reward, and then you have to pump in like so much more energy. So it's really nice that it's the first reward. But honestly, I find myself playing it less and less nowadays. I just do 10, maybe 20 dimension runs a day, and I just auto clear it. It's one of the last things that I do. And I also don't like the fact that it takes boost points, because I'm usually trying to manage my boost points for GBR, and so it's kind of like they're struggling against each other. Now it's nice that they added the limited time art of like the shield archives and the crafting events where they force you to play dimension missions. Like, I think that's smart, but at the same time, yeah, the game mode could use some buffs for sure.
I feel like it's a delete for me, you know. It's a game mode that they could delete and, you know, give the rewards in other game modes, like they did with the co-op, you know. When you have the story mode fragments in the next button, you know, and you can farm this on story. If you put the millions on the story as or a shop that you can farm the tokens from the story mode, you know, they can combine that. And you don't have to press autoplay and spend your boost points for no reason. It's weird that there's...
The thing is, they would also have to get rid of hidden tickets, because there's nowhere else to use hidden tickets. It's a very clunky system, though, and it's kind of outdated. You're right.
I forget about the CTP you can get there. Yeah, that's straight what happens, but yeah, no reason to use
hidden tickets. I'm not going to use them. Yeah. It's like a 2 or a 1.
Yeah, 2 or 1. The absolute good, you know, the best value, it's for the new players, as you mentioned in the start. And after that, it's going down and down and down.
Big time.
So the next one, it's dispatch mission.
Oh, amazing. I feel like dispatch missions are like the child of story mode. It feels very similar to me, where they want you to build a large roster, and then you have each of the sectors that give you different rewards, the way that each of the different chapters give you different rewards. Same problem as story mode is they need to add more sectors, just like you're saying. They need to add more chapters to the story mode, and they need to add the newer rewards, right? Like, why did we get 2 sectors in a row for Celestial Essence, and then they went back to tier 3 materials again? Where's the tier 3 books? Why didn't they put tier 3 books? Why didn't they put tier 4 materials? Why don't they put swords or the Rune of Unknown? Right? There's so many more resources that we need. Even if it was just a big gold sector, I'm sure people would appreciate that. If it was just like gold plus gold.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It would be really cool.
Yeah, but I still think it's a good game mode. I still think it's like a 4.
Yeah, because the fact with the game mode itself is that people don't appreciate it, but in the end of the day, it's like your best deal for gold, for energy, for all these materials you're getting, and you're getting rewarded for having a wide roster and really high growth score. And this is really important because it makes you not just stocking up the materials. You want to go into the characters and pay attention. Oh, if I increase this growth score here, I can get a bit more gold. And at the end of the day, you have fixed all your rosters, ISO set, Urus. You have built your characters better to support other game modes like Shadowland. And you do it, and you're getting double rewarded on these spots, on other game modes. And it feels really nice. Feels really nice. But yes, it could be better having, getting some rewards that they are stable, like collecting tokens, collecting essence, something, whatever. They can create a new thing that you get only from there, and you can spend it as, in 1 month, you can get like 1 CTP token shop, like Shadowland,
True.
This could help
like
a lot.
Tokens.
Yes, because now there is people getting like 1 P card in like 300 D-spots, others with 1,000 D-spots and no premium rewards,
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. But yes, 4 out of 5, it's what it fits. And the next game mode is Epic Quests. How you feel about them?
I know people really like them. I feel like they need a refresh. Like the gold that you get and the tier 2 materials that you get from them are nice, and like the ISO and the obelisks and stuff from the deluxe pack is nice. I like I still like the design of Epic Quests, and they're really fun for the 3 or 4 days that you play them. It's unfortunate that it's not really anything after those 3 or 4 days. I feel like they need to find a way to make them more interesting for players, even if it's just some like autoplay thing that you do a couple of times per day. I feel like Epic Quest and Legendary Battle have the same problem, where it's like a lot of production value, very, very high production value, cutscenes, voice acting, sound effects, all this crazy stuff. And then you just play it once and never again, right? Like you get the rewards once and you're just out forever. So I don't really have a good answer for how to fix it, but I feel like if they just keep sticking to the same model, that it's never going to be better than like a 2 out of 2 or 3 kind of situation.
I feel like Epic Quest, it's really, it's a long term. If you are a new player and you go into the game, it's a long term goal getting Jean Grey. It's a long term goal getting Doctor Doom if you like it. I feel like it's actually epic for a guy that just logged in the game, and you're seeing this Epic Quest and you're saying, oh, I need to get all these crystals. I need to get this. I need to get that. It is epic, but it is epic for the people that just start the game first. And for the rest of the people, the veterans or the medium players, it's something that you need to autoplay like crazy, spend a lot of boost points, spend a lot of materials to get the character, and after not visit this again. And this is really weird. It could be a good suggestion, in my opinion, to do something like weekly themed Epic Quest that if you have this and you farm specific days, getting something extra, like an extra reward, like how they did with World Boss Legend, the boss of the day, This helps a ton.
Epic Quest of the week.
Legend.
Yeah. True.
Something like this could help a lot, because
really
that makes you wanna buy all the Epic Quests also.
Yeah.
If the Epic Quest of the week is Phoenix Force and you miss it, you're not gonna tell your friends, I took 6 uniforms instead of Jean Grey and I'm lucky. Because you're not lucky now, you're missing the week of the weekly Epic Quest rewards.
True.
And this gonna make people wanna focus on long-term goals, collect their crystals, play proper, don't spend crystals on gambling, because the gambling on this game, it's an addiction, and the new players, it's really hard to avoid it. You're seeing people in YouTube dropping chests, popping out CDPs, see all this stuff, and the game tells you, you know what? You need to grind to get these rewards. You need to go into Legendary Battle. You need to do some stuff, and you're seeing the other guy pressing a button for 400 crystals and getting the CDP, and you're falling into the trap to do the same, losing all your crystals, and after you're like, no, I don't want to play the game anymore.
Yep, exactly.
But if there were something that put you in a long-term goal that you guarantee you some rewards like CTPs and stuff, perhaps people could focus on the Epic Quest more. In my opinion, it's 2 out of 5, and it's not like bad, so bad, but in the same time, there's no reason to play it. That's it for me.
After like 2 or 3 days. I'm stealing this idea for a video. That's such a good idea.
Okay, I'm glad I helped. Okay,
don't worry. I'll credit you, but this is a very good idea.
And let's go to the next thing that I'm seeing in my phone, and it's Heroic Quest.
Ooh,
Heroic Quest.
Delete. I think it's a delete. I think it was a way for them to try and monetize characters more. Like they basically didn't want to release characters for free anymore. So like, okay, we'll release characters in a heroic quest. And they gave up because when was the last time they released a heroic quest character? White Fox? Like I can't even remember. This is like 4 years ago.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's just insane. So I think they should just give up, put those characters, Wave and White Fox, put them in the shop like they did for Iceman and whatever for 750 crystals or 1,000 crystals. Discount them on Black Friday like they do, and just delete the game mode to save space.
Yeah, it totally makes sense to delete the game mode. But I have to tell you that I find myself, from the inside, I feel like my guts wants me to follow the heroic quest. I'm not sure why. I'm opening my phone, I go into the heroic quest, and whatever the heroic quest tells me, I'm doing it. I'm doing all my dailies through the heroic quest for some weird reason. I'm getting some extra energy. It's like 100 or something energy.
Tier 2 materials.
And I feel like I'm getting a reward somehow for doing what the game tells me to do.
True.
I'm a weirdo on that, but I totally understand that it should be deleted, and it's like 1 out of 5. But I'm in this trap daily. I'm logging in, seeing heroic quest, and doing whatever heroic quest tells me. And after, when I can't progress more, I'm doing the rest of the dailies. That's what I do. I'm not sure why, but I'm doing it.
I mean, maybe if they buff the rewards for it, but I still think it's better elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a delete for sure. Yeah, okay. Let's go 1 out of 5 for me. And let's go to the challenges. Challenges, Legendary Battle. It's the first one. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's again like crazy production value. Looks so cool, really nice, like brand new locations, right? Dungeons that you've never seen before, environments, music. Like they put a lot of production effort into it. Like the art department and stuff, they really crush it. And then you never see it again.
The game that they had made with Black Widow shooting with her bike. Oh my god, bro!
It was so good.
I wish I had a reason to play this shit daily, bro.
Yeah. Exactly. I think they could take your idea. Our idea. No, I think they could take your idea from Epic Quest and basically, highlight a different legendary battle every week. That's like bonus. And then what I was thinking, building off of your idea, is the chest starts at level 1, and then every day that you complete, that you do your 5 clears in the legendary battle, it upgrades the chest to level 2. And then however high you get from level 1 up to level 7 for the 7 days that it's buffed, whatever level you get to, at the end your chest will open, and then the rewards will be better based on how many times you were able to do it. And how, or whatever your cumulative score, let's say, because there's a scoring system in Legendary Battle based on the way how your character is built.
Add the percentage of the challenges you have done, If you have done 100% of the challenges, you're getting more accumulated rewards, stuff like that. Yes, bro, yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the same with the Epic Quest for Legendary Battle. They're gonna make people buy all the Legendary Battle. They're gonna make people wanna boost their, their performance onto these small stages that have so fun. And think about people dropping content on Black Widow shooting with her bike and telling, this is the best way to do it. With the bike,
this is the optimal strategy.
You need to do that. You need to do that. And the bike is going like this, and you're like, oh my god,
it's so sick. It's a completely different way of playing.
Yeah, it's completely different content, out of nowhere. It's gonna pop out content for everyone.
Exactly.
Oh my god, bro.
And it's so refreshing too, because even when you look at a traditional stage, right? It's like Namor, you're playing as Ironheart versus Namor in the Black Panther Legendary Battle. Like, okay, it's similar to a world boss type of situation, because there's just one boss. He's got the HP bar at the top, and you have to just kill him. And he's got some kind of like purple mechanics that you have to avoid. Yes, that's true. But unlike world boss, where you're just trying to kill him as fast as possible, with the legendary battle, you also have to take care of your character's build, because the build and how fast you clear it apply to the score that you ultimately get at the end of the legendary battle stage. And if the score is going to matter to some sort of reward, it doesn't now. But if it did, then you're like, okay, I'm not just buying the Riri Williams uniform for support. I'm also going to build her. I'm going to like make sure her build is really good. Maybe I'm going to focus on movement speed on some of the gear rolls because I want to be able to dodge the mechanics, right? Because I don't want to get hit.
Yes, bro.
It's a whole other layer that you just don't give a shit about in World Boss or GBR because you're just trying to blast the boss in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, if this happens, you know,
it would be amazing.
Yes, bro. I'm already going into my mind into the different stages and how new strategies about the stages, and think about all the characters that you have buy for only the legendary battle. You know, you bought a uniform 2 years ago. Think about if you have this uniform equipped, you're getting an extra point or an extra reward when you're playing the legendary battle on your characters.
If you have all of the uniforms, you get a bigger synergy because there was for the very first one. There's Hela, Thor, Loki,
I want to see that
Hulk.
So badly, bro.
Man,
developers, please listen to us. Developers,
yeah. Seriously,
can you see us? Can you see? Okay.
Yeah, they should be listening.
It could be dope, bro. It could be dope.
It would be. It would be a 5 like that.
Yeah.
Easy 5. But now 2? Yeah. Three.
The only reason, I could say 3. It's because you can get CDP of Rage with 2,500 crystals. And you're getting a refund. So 2,000 crystals for one raid is the best. It's really good deal for new players. But you can see at the moment we have said that there is multiple game modes that are really good for new players, and it sucks for veterans. So
for everybody else, exactly.
3 just for the newbies, okay. And let's go to the next one, World Boss.
I mean, worst game mode in the game.
No way.
No, obviously. No, I mean, World Boss is where it all started. World Boss is what has made Marvel Future Fight into Marvel Future Fight. I remember back in 2016 when they first released World Boss and people were quitting the game because the game was too hard. Can you believe it? The game was too hard. It was Proxima and Black Dwarf World Boss, and they were quitting because World Boss was too hard. It was way too hard. It was like Dark Souls level of difficult. It was very, very difficult.
Let me guess. The people dropped the game. They didn't knew about ignore defense and cooldown. Probably.
Well, that's the thing. Back in 2016, you could only have one card equipped, and the cards were different than they are now, Nikos. It was just like the one card would give you like just 5% of one stat. So it's like you could equip for 5% skill cooldown. That's it. Or you could equip for like 5% crit rate. That's it. But just one card active at the time. It was a horrible, horrible system.
Oh my god. Thank God I wasn't playing that.
Bro, it was like Dark Souls. It was so hard. There were days where I wouldn't clear World Boss 5 times. I would only clear it like 2 or 3 times because I didn't have enough teams. And I started playing right at the beginning. And I was buying a Stark Stash right at the beginning. Yeah, it was really hard. It was crazy. And like it was nuts. It was to the point where, so you know how you can reuse strikers in World Boss, right?
Yeah.
You can use the same strikers. It's not like World Boss Legend. So they released a uniform for the Ant-Man movie. They released the uniform for Giant Man, the yellow and blue one.
Yeah.
And people discovered that that he would use his 4th skill, which was called Crashing Foot Falls, where he gets really big and he like stomps like 6 times.
Okay.
And that was the highest damaging skill in the game, or like one of the highest damaging skills in the game. And he would do that as a striker. So there was literally strategies where you would just run around and then just attack to trigger his striker, and then you'd run away because your character is not doing enough damage, but Giant Man can do enough damage. So you get your one clear.
You couldn't just play with Giant Man then?
Yeah. So you get your 1 clear with Giant Man, and then your other 4 clears is just Giant Man. Giant Man Part 2, bro. It was so bad. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
World Boss is like, for me, World Boss is MFF. So it's like there's nothing that I can't say anything bad. Perfect game mode, 5 out of 5. You know, I feel like they focus too much on it, but I also can't blame them. You know?
I feel like it's so cool, you know, challenging yourself a bit harder, building your roster, try to get the maximum out of your characters, getting the procs right, you know, the fact that even if you are like the super spender or the completely free to play, doesn't matter at all, you know, because you have, even if you have a super high end account and you don't know how to play, you fail. You're dying immediately. You know, you have to master the character. You have to master the stats of the character. All this thinking between the strategies, and now with the layer that they have out with World Boss Legend and all these tags that you have to build around, you know, makes you think, I'm going to invest on my tier 4 that have that tag, because in this World Boss Legend, I'm going to need that. And, you know, it's ABL and ABX, but in the same time, you have in your back in your mind the World Boss Legend and doing the highest stages and stuff like that. In my mind, it's not 4 out of 5, it's not 5 out of 5, only because there is a huge improvement that they can add on doing higher stages or lower stages. You know, they should reward the players that have yet the high stages unlocked. The ranking on, you know, I am rank 9 on now stage 99. Okay, I'm rank 9. Okay,
nice.
What did I win? You know,
nothing.
I'm just getting the rank 9 and showing to others to say,
true,
look at this, I'm really good. But the game should have a weekly or a monthly ranking, rewarding the players that they are at top 10 ranks and refreshing it every month, refreshing it every 6 months. Because what people was doing on that, it was like building their characters, full of this blessing, brilliant CDP of raids, 3 tier 4s of the same class, you know, dropping the rank 1, and after completely naked the characters and go smoke some whatever in your room, you know, and you are there rank 1 forever.
It's over. Yeah.
But that makes, you know, the game rewarding the guys that are collectors. Too much, you know. They have their name on rank 1, but they are not doing something per week or per month. Yes, and perhaps, you know, you have better clears. I was doing a run with like 1 minute and 30 seconds on stage 99, and I did that run, and I was like rank 150, and I just realized the difference between doing the clear with the maximum build and instead of doing with 3 tier 4s.
Growth score,
Yes, the growth score system.
It's the Captain America Black Widow Spider-Man team, because it's the most uniforms. It's so stupid.
Yes, the point on that, yes, it's so stupid, of course. So I was getting rewarded for doing a clear with 1 minute left and being rank 9 using Sadusel, Gwen, and Luna. And before I was like rank 100 doing a run with 1 minute and 30 seconds, you know. Doing a fast run should have the maximum score on the thing, you know. The growth score, it's so stupid to reward, bro.
Or just have 2 leaderboards. Have 1 leaderboard for speed and have 1 leaderboard for growth score.
And give some meaning on these leaderboards. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what is missing from the game mode. If that is getting fixed, I'm sure that people gonna straight up from playing whatever, they're gonna say, oh, now makes sense to go high stages of World Boss Legend.
To push, true.
There is so many people doing stage 1 of World Boss Legend and close their phone in like 10 minutes, and they're flexing, telling me, I took 150 carbo, you played stage 99 and you took bullshit. And I'm like, yes, you're right, you did Kang stage 1 and you get more rewards than me. I took stage 99 of now. Yes,
it's true,
you're right, you know, feels like you're an idiot.
But no, they do have to fix that 100%. What do you feel about I heard this suggestion and I thought it was really good. Stage 100, just one stage 100 for all of the World Boss Legends with no restrictions. Because we have no restrictions on stage 9, but we don't have any high stages where you can, you know, I would love, and I think you would love too, when we're reviewing tier 4s, right? We need kind of like an even playing field for World Boss, but it's so hard. So I'm showing like stage 50, stage 60, you know, I'm comparing it with one other character that is similar. Okay, so Loki, so another universal villain. Okay, maybe Thanos, maybe Black Bolt. But maybe people want to know how much better is Loki than Thor. But there's very few stages, especially high stages, where it's a very very similar restriction, like just universal male or something like that, right?
You can't compare Thor with Ghost Rider because of one is alien, the other is human. It's so annoying.
Exactly.
So good idea.
Compare them on stage 24 where it doesn't matter, and you're just going to blow through the content in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Guys, Thor was 1 second faster. Yeah. But if it's stage 100 with no restrictions, then you can see some
really nice. You're gonna see how all the characters it's in the same stage. It's really important, and that's something that we can do with GBR. On GBR, everyone can be used.
Yeah, exactly. It's balanced.
You can go and you use whatever you want, and it's really nice. Stage 100, it's in my opinion something that only a few gonna take advantage. In my mind, they could do the same thing, but playing without complete. Have a training button to turn the stage on training instantly and use whatever you want, Whatever stage you want to play with whatever. Because if it's only 100, how many is going to do that and take advantage of it?
So just turn off the restrictions, but it's only training mode.
Yeah.
For stage 50 or stage 67 or whatever the case. That's smart. That might be a smarter idea, actually.
Oh, no, I totally agree with 100. They should have a 100 stage that you get something. Because you're progressing until 99. On 89, you have the challenges. And on 99, you complete it and you're like, no?
Yeah.
What?
No balloon?
Yes. No big boss. No, a huge box that there is something inside. I mean, we need something to take as a big prize on stage 100 for sure. So, yes, in my opinion, 4 out of 5, yours 5 out of 5. Okay, I totally get it. And let's go to the next one, and the one that gets reward. We talked about that earlier, Shadowland, a bit.
Yeah, for Shadowland, I think the changes were good, but I still think it's not enough. So I think they need to do something else. They need to, again, make people feel like I don't know. I think at the end of the day, what they need to do simply is to just maybe you have a better idea though. But my best idea is to just add stages where you can clear it with anyone, but it's going to be slow unless you have a very specific character. So rather than the stage just saying like combat, blast, speed, this is like too generic. The stage will be, and maybe have these stages only appear after 35, because I know the first 35 stages is kind of like for new players and like intermediate players.
Yeah, you're getting good stuff.
Yeah, after 35, I want to see stages where it's like you have to use Spectrum specifically. You have to use Doctor Doom specifically. And like, sure, I can clear the stage with Doctor Strange. I can power through the stage with Dormammu or someone else. Maybe not Dormammu, but like Ghost Rider, right? I can go through it. But it'll actually be still faster with Doctor Doom or whoever the specific character is. And then you feel more like the character actually has some meaning than just, okay, I'm just throwing Spectrum in here for an extra Shadowland token, right? Which is like pretty lame. Yeah, so... But it's like a 2 to 3 out of 10, 2 to 3 out of 5 game mode for me.
I agree with that you said, and I would say 3 out of 5 now because of the autoplay and the way that they introduced the token shop, and you're actually getting some pretty decent rewards. But
amazing.
I would go 5 out of 5 on the game mode if they had done one little change. If they scale the stage you're clearing with the tokens you're getting somehow. I mean, if you're clearing stage 100 to 150, the tokens you're getting are double. If you're
to encourage you to
climb, if you're clearing 150 to 250, you're getting 3 times more tokens. This is a smart idea for people to give a shit about the game mode and not autoplay. If you want autoplay, my street boy, do it. It's for auto. Go get the basic tokens and you're fine. But if you want to grind the game, if you're a collector, if you want to build all your roster, if you want to play with weird characters like a crazy dude in your house for 2 days in a row, do it.
Yeah, it. Yeah,
you're gonna get something. You know,
give people the chance. Yeah. I mean, they have the first clear rewards, but that's it.
This is not the reward I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
No, of course.
Triple, they should reward these players that play 150 to 250 weekly with 3 times more tokens at least.
Yeah.
At least.
That's a better idea than what I said. I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah. I like your idea. Yeah. It's a 5 out of 5 for me if they do that.
Yeah, if they do that, people are gonna build their roster even more, with the ideas we're dropping, for the Epic Quest, for the Legendary Battles, for Shadowland or Story Mode, all the people gonna build their accounts wider.
Which is the point, yeah.
Yeah, if you put people to build more, they're paying more attention. They're collecting more rewards. They're trying to do all their dailies to have the maximum ISOs to use on every character. Because now it's only 30 characters and you're down.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go to the next one, and Dimension Rifts. How lame is it?
I like Dimension Rifts. I think it's a 4 out of 5 for me. I think the only change they need to make is it would be really nice if they rotated which artifacts dropped, because they introduced it like 2 years ago, and they never changed the artifacts. It's still Shang-Chi, Captain America, Luna, Sharon. And I mean, it was nice for those characters when they got their tier 4s, and it will be nice for Shang-Chi when he gets his. But like, no one is ever going to give a shit about White Fox's artifact or Wave's artifact. Like, let's just be real. So yeah, I think they should rotate them.
I totally understand. The thing that I enjoy the most is actually that there is strategies and people that need to communicate with other people, to get the maximum out of your farming. You can't stay in your house and not communicate with your alliance, with Discord or with someone to drop the mythic, to get the mythic from the others, daily, collect the maximum out of it. But all this it's really nice because you are getting the essence and you can get lucky with the chest. But in my opinion, they should add something, as you said, rotate the artifacts, or at least if you have a 3 out of 3 daily on Mythic Rifts, get an extra reward, because the rewards you're getting right now are perhaps you could get something, perhaps you could get nothing, and some weeks passes, you use all the tokens and you feel like I waste 1 hour and 30 minutes to get completely nothing out of my life daily for 1 week. It's like, if you stack up, it's like 10 hours of farm per week minimum. If you want to do the maximum, it's a lot. And you can actually just get lucky in the essence shop, and you could get some artifacts to reroll your bad artifacts. But at the same time, you could get nothing.
And then just, waste the time. True.
Yeah. So could be a really big waste of time for some people. That's why I'm just dropping 3 out of 5. I'm lucky. I'm getting 4 stars. I'm lucky. I'm getting artifact from the essence tokens. But I know people that doing that for 1 week or 2 weeks, and they're dropping it because they're really unlucky. And they're saying, no, I'm not going to do that. And I totally understand them. So 3 out of 5 for me. And let's go to your favorite timeline battle.
0 out of 5. Yeah, I mean, the hardest thing about criticizing timeline battle is that I know a lot of free-to-play players rely on it to get crystals. So I feel like the devs know this and they don't really listen to our feedback because there's so many players who still play it, and they look at just like the daily active users and how many people are engaging with the game mode, and they say, okay, the game mode's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But that's not the case. The case is that, and maybe the devs know this and they're just playing dumb. People only play timeline battle because it gives crystals. If it didn't give crystals, oh my, that game mode would be full of bots.
Yeah,
it would be. I mean, it is still bots, but like it wouldn't even be real accounts anymore. They wouldn't have any real accounts to use. It would be a complete graveyard, right? Even Challenger, they don't give a shit anymore about Challenger. They don't even try anymore in Challenger. I know
people prefer staying at Vibranium to get the Guardian Crystals and don't have to mess with the Challenger system.
Exactly. It's so bad. And it's, and it's not some complicated answer like, oh, they need live PvP or like blah, 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 blah. There's easy things they can do to change it, but they just don't want to. I've had this struggle with them for so many years about, make us use different characters, right? Stop letting players just use the same damn characters every single time. Every team, Jean, Adam, Wolverine, Jean, Adam, Wolverine. Okay, so you ban Jean, Adam, Wolverine, Hulk, Gore. Well, The best idea I've come across is actually from another game, Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, that I used to play.
I saw the video, but I wanted to give you a pass for it.
Yeah, and I think they should just implement this like, I genuinely think they should implement it everywhere. But at the very least, if they implement it in Timeline Battle, it would be great. Like anywhere they use it, awesome. I think it would work in OtherWorld Battle and in Conquest and in Alliance Tournament as well, where they give each character a score, like a point total, a point cost, let's say. And then they give you a total number of points that you're allowed to have on your team for the week. And so then if you're constructing your team and you have only 1,000 points and Jean Grey costs 500 and Adam costs 500 and Wolverine costs 500, you literally are not able to put all three of them on your team. Because if you put Jean and you put Adam, then you're at the limit, but you need 3 characters. So you actually have to take one of them out. And then it just becomes so much more interesting because, of course, the top meta characters will cost 500, but then the lower tier meta, like Emma Frost, Luke Cage, Ancient One, they're only going to cost 250. So maybe you start thinking, okay, am I going to do a reflect team? Are other people going to do a reflect team? Okay, I'm going to do a different team then. I'm going to maybe look for a team. Yeah. And then you have characters like Spectrum that come out. You have characters like Malekith that come out, and they're not very good, but they are good because they cost very little. So now you can still put together teams with 1 or 2 very high value pieces. Like you can put Jean and Hulk on the same team, really powerful, but you only have like 100 points left. So now you're looking through the list and like, man, which one of these characters that I own at 100 points is going to work for this team? Oh, I just got Malekith's uniform. He's got that increased damage to superheroes. Let me use him. Let me see. Oh, I just got this character, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I have Mr. Sinister. He's not very good, but he has the immortality artifact. And I pulled the immortality artifact recently. So let me try him on this team because he only costs 50 points. Right?
It's really nice.
It's such a good idea.
And it's going to give a new vibe on the game. And in my mind, this idea could go even further. And they could change the point score system of every character depending on the use on the specific game mode. Like if they have really expensive Jean Grey or really cheap Jean Grey and everyone using Jean Grey, the next week Jean Grey gonna cost double as a penalty for people not using her and have her the next week or something, you know. They could create new strategies, new things to worry about,
and then,
you know.
You can basically soft ban a character for a week by making their cost just like unusable.
Unrealistic,
right? But you still get like, maybe you don't double the cost because if it's 500 and 1,000, then you physically can't use her. But let's say they make her cost like 900. So you still give players, because you know you don't want to this is why they don't ban more characters, is because they don't want to punish players who have small rosters. And I understand that. But if they do it this way, there's flexibility, because then if you are a new player and like you said, you're told, people tell you, content creators, oh, go build Jean Grey. She's so good. Do the epic quest. You finish the epic quest. You just got your Jean Grey. You're so happy. And then you go and look, oh shit, she's banned. That feels so terrible. That's the system we have now, where she's banned half the time. In OtherWorld Battle, she's always fucking banned. But if they do it like this point system, maybe she costs 900. That's okay. Just put 2 1-star characters. Just put 2 like trash characters. It's fine.
If you can do it with this, sure, do it.
Just and play manually or whatever, like whatever the case may be, right? But at least you're giving players these options versus just like this binary yes no.
So you feel like the problem, it's like the way that they ban the characters, and if they change that, it could be give a new layer on the strategies. But what about the core and the way that you work on the characters to play? You know, the thing, it's like you're fighting bots and you're playing manual to get the maximum out of the rewards you're gonna get weekly, which is feels stupid in my mind. From the one side, from the other side, you can play autoplay, which is so lame, because the characters do whatever they like. Even if you can win an enemy, they are doing whatever skills. So I feel like this have to change somehow. They should do something else. They should let you do a preset of skills for the autoplay, let you do manual, but I'm not sure. Live PvP, I'm not sure what the game mode needs, but there is the fact that you can go and play manual, and the enemy are playing on auto, and feels weird, bro. I'm not sure. I have done that. I have go to Challenger. I have tried myself, and it was fine for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. But after that, I was like, what am I doing? I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. I think unfortunately, I don't want to be too cynical, but I think a lot of these ideas, just now that we talked about, they're probably too expensive for them to do. Like, I know for sure live PvP is off the table. It's like too much of a headache for them. I think, and sometimes I try to either think of ideas that are very easy to implement so that I can keep the expectations low, so that players, because otherwise I get too hype as well. Like you, like I get so hopeful, and then they give us like 5%, and I'm like, shit. So I try to keep it hopeful, like bar low expectations, but also I try to look for things that other games do successfully, especially other Netmarble games, because I feel like it's just such an easy thing to tell them to do, and it's like you have the use case, you have the example right there. It works in that game. The players like it. Just copy and paste it. I think what they should do for Timeline Battle, and maybe also for OtherWorld Battle, hide the opponent's team. You're not allowed to see the opponent's team before you start the fight. It should be random. You queue up. You press play, and it's just they're showing you the team as you're fighting them. So you don't get to, like, I think they should have never given players the opportunity to refresh for different teams. Because this creates such a cringe, like I'm fishing for a team kind of situation, right? So if you queue up and you get a bad team, okay, you're gonna lose. That's too bad. You can play on manual, you can try, or you can close the game because you don't want to watch yourself lose, but they're still gonna give you the loss. But this way, it at least adds a little bit of, and especially if they implement, like, of course, if they just do what I'm saying here, it's not going to be fun because you're just going to see the same team over and over again. It's still going to be just Gene, Adam, Wolverine. But if they hide the teams and they change around the way that the banning and buffing system works,
this is going to be so fun.
It's more at least you're going to be surprised 10 times a day. I'm going to see 10 different teams. I'm going to see 10 different ideas from players. And this was one of the things that was so attractive about Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, is you had your meta, but you always had players who were goofing around and trying different things because of the way that the game was. And so you don't know who you're queuing up against. You just press play. Sometimes you queue up, you get some meta guy. You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to lose to some whale, whatever. So you feel bad. And then you queue up the next game and the guy's using a meme team. So you're like, oh, this is hilarious. I'm going to get an easy win, or like I'm going to at least enjoy myself. Right? It's so much better. So much better.
Totally true. 3 out of 5 now because it gives crystals to free to play, and 5 out of 5 if they do that changes or something to refresh it.
Yeah, for exactly.
Sure. The next one for PvP, it's OtherWorld Battle, and we have talked about it. But what do you think? You think the bounce is the problem? Other than that, it feels cool, you know, dropping 2 characters.
Yeah, I think it's really good the way it is now. I think they still need to implement like a point system or something. Like it's just not unique enough because a lot of the bans overlap. And I talked about it in a video where it's like the character is debuffed and the character is also sort of like soft banned because of those battlefield effects. Is kind of stupid. They shouldn't do that. I think the one thing as well they need to change, though, I was looking at it the other day, the buffs that you buy, they cost tokens. And the buffs are really cool, and I want to experiment with the buffs, but I'm not going to sacrifice tokens. That means that I'm not going to get tier 4 materials. Like, let's be real. I would buy the tokens if they cost the buffs if they cost gold, sure, or like even But if it costing warrior mementos, I'm just gonna save up for the tier 4 materials. Like, let's be real. Or you're gonna save up for the CTP.
I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same for the tier 4 materials. I stopped buying buffs and I stopped buying the runes for swords. The moment they dropped the tier 4 materials there, I was sure I don't want to spend them anywhere else. So yes, OtherWorld Battle, I would say 4 out of 5. And if they do the restrictions somehow different, it could be even 5 out of 5.
3 to 4. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Let's go to the next one, which is the main game mode that everyone want to focus right now, and it's Alliance Battle. Bro, I'm getting messages. I'm getting messages from people from Wales that playing Alliance Conquest all the time. They never touched ABX. They were doing autoplay every ABX, ABL, and everything autoplay. They weren't paying attention. And now they're asking me, bro, send me a list with the characters I need to put the raids on, and so I can get tier 4 materials on ABL. So tell me what I need to do. Tell me how I'm gonna push. And I'm like, really?
Wow.
You wanna play ABL? You were only PvP player. What happened to you, bro? And
Yeah.
they're asking me how to turn my account into PV now. Should I swap my Zin CDP? How is this going to perform if I unequip Grid? Can I get the 13 million ABX? Can I get the 12 million ABL with a raid Zin?
Wow. That's crazy.
I feel like it's totally victory. This game mode, all the pack, I feel like blessed focusing on ABX a long time ago, and now I have my characters ready. What about your take on the game mode?
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. I think they focused on it well, and that whoever is in charge at Marvel Future Fight, like developer or whatever, that's making the changes for ABX and ABL, they understand the game mode very well. They made changes to the game mode to make the canceling so much more clear, right? Because the way that we used to have to cancel was so bad, and it was so RNG, and it was garbage. They changed. They made it so much better. They added the second week of rotating,
the characters,
and then out with ABL, there's 3 different effects: the snare and thing. I think it's an easy 5 out of 5 game mode, and it just keeps getting better. It's a 6 out of 5 game mode, I think.
Yeah. It's totally cool, and the reward system on this game mode now that you're getting the extra tier 4 materials, and the fact that if you have a raid on a character provides you extra materials.
Huge.
So cool. Yeah. 5 out of 5 for me too. I don't want nothing to change on that. I feel totally cool. And perhaps if they swap some tags or something, but small ones, to make it more spicy in a couple of years, perhaps.
I think that's one thing I will say quickly. I think they should look at the tags and realize that Luna is too popular. And they need to change some of the tags. Like I think they should change one of the tags from female to male, and then that would give Ant-Man and Miles like so much more value, and then it gives Nick Fury so much more value, right? And then just a couple of tweaks would be perfect.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Luna, but yes, you're totally right, because I'm not sure about the change on Luna you're saying, but generally speaking, if anyone asked me what I need to do to be good on ABL, I'm telling him, build Luna, Magneto, Jean, Dr. Octopus. If you build these 4, you're getting the maximum out of your account on ABL and ABX. They're getting used like so much. double from the previous characters. So yeah, it's like kind of unfair. It's kind of unfair, but in the same time, you know where to focus. You know where to look at if you want to be good on the game mode. Yeah, true. So we can have some changes, but yes, 5 out of 5.
Sorry, what would be so cool? What? If they had basically like an annual season of ABX and ABL. And like, that or maybe a year is not long enough, maybe more. But sorry, I'm just thinking about it now. Imagine if they announced like a couple of weeks ahead. Like, let's say at the beginning of December, they announced in January, we're going to change all of the ABX, ABL restrictions. And it's going to stay that way for 1 year. And then next year, at the beginning of December 2024, we're going to show you the new schedule for 2025. And so you can see the year ahead of time, and you can start planning your tier 4, start planning your builds. You can switch around CTPs or whatever. And then like, this is going to be the ABX, ABL meta for the year. And then next year, it's going to be something else.
And I'm sure you're not talking about banning, how it's called? Sorry, not banning, punishing the people that have built one type of character. They could just change a bit the tag. You can also use Luna, but only for 1 day, every Monday now.
Exactly.
But Luna, because she is, let's say, human female, and in the same tag, you can use Dragon, Blue Dragon, So now you had built tier 4 Blue Dragon, but you can use her now against Luna score. And gives, so you can use again the same characters, but in less days, and other characters are options now, It's a really nice idea. But 1 year, perhaps it's too long. Perhaps 6 months. 6 months.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it depends on how much you spend on the game.
Yeah.
I think people who don't spend, they want it to be a year. They don't want to get their investment, replaced after 6 months. But yeah, 6 months to a year, I think would be nice.
Yeah, cool. And now let's go and see what you were getting before playing on the high level of ABX and ABL. The only reward you had previously, which is Alliance Tournament.
Yeah.
Woo! What a good mode.
Yeah. I mean, I like it, but I understand that it's a meme. It's like I still remember the day when it came out, and I told them it's a great game mode, it's a really cool idea, but why not open this up to everyone? Why is it only the top 16? Why is it only 400 players that get to play this? Like it's kind of stupid when you think about it. I still in a way I still understand why they did that, but I still think it's kind of unfair, and I feel like they should have created an alliance tournament type of game mode for everyone, like for anyone, and just have leagues like they have, silver, gold, platinum, vibranium,
or Alliance Conquest. Alliance Conquest. It's quite similar, to be honest. I mean,
not exactly.
There is a map. Exactly. There is a map, and there is a plan behind that you have to speak with your alliance mates. But it's pretty much 3-on-3. And that's all.
But the knockout round and the like ultimate winner, I think if they wanted to take the formula for Alliance Tournament in terms of like having teams that fight once and knock out and like get closer round robin, if they wanted to copy that for Conquest, I actually think it would be better. I actually hate the current format of Conquest. I think 1v1v1 is the stupidest idea they've ever had. And I want to find the developer who suggested that. I want to strangle the fucking person because they're so painfully stupid. And I've spoken to developers, I've spoken to MFF developers, and they agreed with me that it was a stupid system, but they still won't change it. It's so frustrating. But anyways, Alliance Tournament, it's okay. It's like a 2 out of 5 game mode, honestly. They need to they need like a point system or some sort of like there's not that many metas that you need for tournament, and especially because you're talking about the best, like not sometimes it's the best players, but like the most whale players are the players in Conquest. I mean, sorry, in tournament, in the top 16. They have access to the whole roster, but yet you're using Jean Grey 3 weeks out of the month. You're using Adam 3 weeks out of the month. There's just the ban list is it's only 5 characters. Like, it should be, it should be way more complex. It's way too simplistic right now.
That's really I think, Leas, the way that you have to pick the team, it's lame too, but also the rewards that you're getting, being playing on the maximum level of ABX and ABL, being the top 16, compete with others for what it says.
Bragging.
I mean,
and
yes,
one player,
it's only to show to your mother, Mama, I'm rank 16. Look,
one player gets 5,000 crystals at the end of the tournament.
This is so lame, bro. This is so lame.
I mean, so to be honest with you, it is really lame. But when I remember, I don't remember most of the time, but the very few times that I remember to attack right at the beginning of tournament, I fish for the starter packs. The starter packs is when someone doesn't equip the team, so it's just Captain America. So I fish for the starter pack because then I'll get the most points because it's whoever had the most points throughout the tournament. So what some players in my alliance do, because we're often competing for rank 1 or rank 2, is they're always like logging in right as the timer shows up to fish for the starter teams. And so by the 3rd or 4th round, there's so many points ahead of me, even though I've been fighting harder matches and getting like tougher wins for our alliance because they're fishing for the starter pack. It's such a dumb system.
I never went into that, I never even thought about that. You're saying I'm always logging and playing whatever, and yes, I feel it's bad. It's bad generally. And we kick from our alliance the people that forget to set teams. By the way. And you kill them, and after we kick them, so they're killed and kicked.
They get killed twice.
But it's lame. 2 out of 5. Okay, perhaps 1 out of 5. Lame. So Alliance Conquest. Why people keep playing Alliance Conquest so much, bro? What's wrong?
Well, it's the one game mode that actually does give value to the Spectrums and the Miss Marvels and the shitty characters. That's the reality.
That's the only reality?
Yeah. Because you eventually run out of Jean Grey and you run out of these characters, even with the revives, and the people who take it like super seriously, like it's such a man, I can't. It's such a stupid system with the timers, the 2-hour window. It's so brain.
When I start playing the game and I saw that, I was like, this is like an old strategy, like Icarium system game. Why they have this game mode? Who is playing that? And after a while, being in the forum and getting messages from people in my, comments on YouTube and on Discord, and I realized there is huge community playing Alliance Conquest. There is so much players focusing their accounts or Alliance Conquest, and I'm like, guys, what? It's really weird. So yeah, because I feel like people enjoying it a lot. I would go like 3 out of 5. And the rewards getting better lately, but still the time you need to spend on this thing.
So much time. It's so
to
much
be
time.
good at it and to think
2
in
hours
front.
a day for 4 days.
There is
that's
others.
That's 8 hours. That's a job, bro. That's a shift.
There's guys playing all the 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. They're refreshing in between, spending Alliance tokens.
No.
They're refreshing all the teams. They're going again. They wake up. They play 2 hours straight. These people are between us. I see Alliance Conquest people. I see that people,
I can't understand that. That's crazy. It's a 0 out of 5 game mode for me. I've completely given up on that game mode. I tried. Yeah. I left my alliance and I joined Commander's Alliance for a week to see how the top Conquest teams do it, and it was exactly what I feared. It's so boring, and it's just a lot of the time they're just sitting there waiting for the other team to attack because of the way the timers work. So it's actually like that's to me is the most simple example of why the game mode is broken. You have a 2-hour timer, and you spend at least half of the timer staring at the screen, staring.
Refreshing.
Just. Oh. Did they attack? Did they attack? It's like bingo with no reward.
Oh my god. I start playing the game on completely random. I was doing whatever, and I went into an alliance that they were calling me, play Alliance Conquest. We are alliance with Alliance Conquest. And it was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna play. The game started, and I start, killing the enemies. I didn't knew what to do. And I started doing the kills, and everyone was screaming on the chat, "What are you doing? Who did that? Who did the other?" And I was like, "They're talking about me? What's going on? What I need to do, guys? Why you capture this stage? Don't we supposed to capture the stages? What are you talking about? No, we lost because of you. You suck." And I was like,
it's so dumb, bro. It's so dumb.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I was winning the stages. I was winning, and they were cursing on me, and I was like,
"What is the point?
What's that?"
Yeah,
it's really weird. It's really weird. 2 out of 5. We are in the co-op as the end. Let's start with the Multiverse Invasion that they just remake and delete the co-op. It's a win.
Yeah, when they reduce the time from 2 minutes to 1 minute. I think it's fine. I think it's a necessary game mode. They need some game modes that are just kind of mindless autoplay. I like that you can play on manual to get a high score to get more gold. So there is a kind of an opportunity for the hardcore players, like you're saying. But yeah, I think it's a fine 4 out of 5 game mode. I don't think they should really put a lot of effort into improving it.
Yeah. There's no way you're gonna do it better or something. And let's go to World Event. Is this a game mode, actually? Let's keep it.
No, just get rid of it. 0 out of 5.
Okay.
Move the agent token somewhere else.
Giant boss raid, bro. How cool is to still compete on live and having an enemy to do more damage, to compare yourself.
So good. I cannot understand, just like I can't understand the Alliance Conquest people, I can't understand the people that hate GBR, Giant Boss Raid. It's such a good game mode. I love it. I still play it multiple times per day. Me too. And I used to buy the boost point sub, and I don't buy the boost point sub anymore because I'm trying to save some money. But I'm not inconvenienced or mad because I have to play GBR more. It's just okay, I get to play more GBR now.
Yeah.
I want to have a few more universal types so that I can clear on every day with consistent damage. It's really nice, man.
And I want them to. The aspect of the game mode that you can help the new players You can take 2 new players that do like less than 1%, and you can give them a daily run, you know? Yeah. Why not? You're helping and you're getting rewarded.
Yeah, I think they should add a new GBR that's harder. And then I think what they should do is they should take the weekly idea that you had, and they should rotate, like, let's say 1 week every month, they'll put a character's bios, and you can get 10 bios of that character, 1 bio per day, like they had with Silver Surfer back in the day for Galactus. And again, it's not important for whales because they have every character, but it's very nice for new players. It's great for intermediate players, and the whales will feel, hey, I'm helping you. Like, I feel good about myself. I'm carrying these guys. It gives you like a sense of satisfaction. I definitely think they should focus on that.
I really love GBR because I'm also helping, and in the same time I can compete. And the compete level of the game that is missing, compete others live. It's the only way to do it. And what we figure out on a live stream the other day, we have done actually at the moment 4 or 5.
I've seen that. Try to beat my speed, I've seen that. I've seen the thumbnails for that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Go on.
The point was on the live stream. I had, 2 or 3 days ago before the live stream, I was saying that we're gonna do Dan Boss Raid Dormammu tournament. It's GTD, and we were starting 16 people. 16 people, tournaments from bracket, 16. We went like brackets, and we were there. I was referee on all the matches, and I was playing myself. So I was inside the GBR, and I was saying the strategies that the others was doing to do fast runs. In the last part on GBR, you can skip the thing that you are in the green circle. You can go and sacrifice your supports and have your character faster doing damage without having to wait it there. And people was taking advantage of strategies, and it was like 1 versus 1, me referee, and I was forecasting the other.
So smart.
Yeah, and it was. Damn. If you go and look at them, bro, of course you're welcome to come in the next one. I'm gonna send you a DM or something before it's gonna launch, and you can come and take place. So it's so fun competing others on a live version, and that's what I'm missing after the developers delete Danger Room for some reason. I did GTD and GBR tournament because I missed Danger Room.
You missed Danger Room? No way, bro. Yeah. That shit was a one-shot fiesta. That shit was a one-shot fiesta.
Yes, it was lame the way it was introduced. After. Moon Girl, how's it called? Moonstone, yes. Moonstone was deleting the boss in one moment, and you were like, is this a hacker? Am I bad? Is something wrong with my phone? What happened?
Yeah. And the stage freezes, but the boss's HP bars are still going down.
What do you suggest to new players? As someone
subscribe
just
to Death Proof.
Okay. After subscribe to Death Proof.
don't go on the forums.
Thank you very much for being here, Alex. It was a blast, the conversation and everything we said. I have, so many ideas after this live stream. I'm gonna stay in my bed and think about what we said about the game modes, and I hope developers look like 10% of that and do 5% of that or something, because we need a refresh on all these game modes. We need something more. How it was for you?
Amazing. I didn't think I would find someone who has more passion than I do for the game. And I found it. And I found it in you and your ideas and the way the collaboration, like building blocks, like dun 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 dun, is just amazing. I desperately want and hope that the devs listen to even like 10% of this, because it's like it's so good, man. It's so good. Thank you.
Thank you
for having me.
Thank you guys for watching it. Also, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as Alex suggests you. Kisses in your faces.